You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose them wisely. Jim Rohn. There is a thief in your life. It does not break into your house at night. It does not steal your wallet or your car. It is far more dangerous than that. It steals something you can never get back, your potential. And the terrifying part? You invited it in. You fed it. You call it by name. You call it your friends. Imagine 2 seeds planted in the same season, from the same tree, with the same chance of becoming something great. One is planted in rich, open soil, warm, watered, and surrounded by room to grow. The other is dropped into a cracked pot, already overcrowded with weeds that drink up all the water, block out the sun, and strangle every new shoot that dares to reach upward. Same seed. Completely different story. You are that seed, and your social circle is the soil. Most people never stop to examine the soil they are growing in. They are too busy being loyal, too afraid of feeling alone, too comfortable with familiar faces to ask a simple but powerful question: are the people around me helping me grow, or are they keeping me small? Meet Daniel. Daniel is 28 years old, smart, full of ideas, and quietly desperate. For years, he has carried a dream to start his own business, to build something, to live differently from the life he was handed. Every morning, Daniel wakes up with a fire in his chest, but by evening, that fire is a dying ember. Why? Not because the world is cruel, not because Daniel is lazy or untalented, but because every time Daniel shares his dream, the same voices fill the room. That's too risky, bro. You don't have the money for that. I tried something like that once. It never works. Why can't you just be happy with what you have? These words come from people who love Daniel, his childhood friends, his cousin, his neighbor who has known him since they were both in shorts. They are not evil people. They are not trying to destroy him. But their words are doing exactly that, slowly, quietly, one sentence at a time. This is the invisible weight, the weight you carry not from your own fears, but from the fears of the people closest to you, fears they have quietly unpacked and placed on your shoulders without you even noticing. A comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Here is what nobody tells you about toxic social circles. They are not always full of toxic people. Most of the time, they are full of comfortable people, people who are content, people who have stopped asking more from life, people who have made peace with their limitations and now, consciously or not, need you to make peace with yours too. Because if you change, if you grow, if you succeed, their stillness becomes visible. Their unlived dreams start to echo. And that is deeply uncomfortable for someone who has decided that dreaming is dangerous. So they clip your wings, not with scissors, with conversations, with jokes, with a slow, steady drip of doubt disguised as concern. I'm just being realistic. I just don't want to see you get hurt. I just think you should be careful. Realistic, careful, safe. These are the words they use. But what they mean, deep down, even if they don't know it, is this: don't go somewhere I can't follow. In the 1990s, a researcher named Nicholas Christakis began studying something remarkable. He discovered that behaviors, habits, and even emotions are contagious, spreading through social networks like invisible viruses. If your close friend becomes obese, your own risk of obesity increases by 45%. If your friend is happy, you are 15% more likely to be happy. If your social circle is filled with people who drink heavily, stay broke, complain constantly, and never pursue their goals, guess what quietly happens to you? You begin to mirror them, not because you are weak, but because the human brain is a social organ. It is wired for belonging. It unconsciously adapts to fit the group. It adopts the language, the pace, the ambitions, and the limitations of those around it. You don't fall behind on your dreams in one dramatic moment. You fall behind one casual Friday night at a time, one "don't bother, it's not worth it" conversation at a time, one group chat of complaints at a time. There came a day, and this day comes for everyone eventually, when Daniel made a different choice. He did not burn bridges. He did not make speeches. He did not post dramatic announcements online. He simply got quiet. He began to guard his time and his energy like a man who had finally understood their value. He started reading. He found a mentor. He joined a small group of people who were building things, risking things, growing. And something strange happened. The fire that used to die every evening stopped going out. He noticed that these new people talked differently. When he shared an idea, they did not list reasons it would fail. They asked how they could help. When he stumbled, they shared their own stumbles and what they learned. When he felt like giving up, they reminded him of how far he had already come. The same Daniel, the same dream, but a completely different soil. Within 18 months, Daniel had launched the business he had only whispered about for years. Was it perfect? No. Was it hard? Absolutely. But for the first time, the difficulty felt like progress, not punishment. This is not a story about abandoning people who love you. Loyalty is a beautiful thing, and the bonds of long friendship are not nothing. This is a story about awareness, about opening your eyes to an influence you may have never examined. Ask yourself honestly, when you share a new goal with the people closest to you, do they lift it up or quietly pull it apart? When you talk about who you want to become, do they see it, or do they laugh nervously and change the subject? After spending time with your circle, do you feel energized and possible, or drained and small? Your answers will tell you more about your future than any business plan or vision board ever could. Not everyone is meant to go where you are going. Some people are chapters, not the whole book. One of the most painful and necessary truths of a growth-filled life is this: you will outgrow some people. And outgrowing someone is not betrayal. It is not arrogance. It is not forgetting where you came from. It is simply the natural consequence of choosing not to stay still. A tree does not apologize for growing taller than the fence it was planted beside. It does not shrink itself out of loyalty to the fence. It grows. It reaches. It becomes what it was designed to be. You are allowed to do the same. Start small. You do not need to overhaul your entire life in 1 week, but begin to move quietly and deliberately toward people who are becoming. Find one person who is building something. Find one person who reads. Find one person who speaks about possibility with the same ease that others speak about limitations. Spend an hour a week with someone who challenges your thinking. Listen to voices, in books, in podcasts, in conversations that stretch the ceiling of what you believe is possible for you. In time, your inner world will begin to expand. And when your inner world expands, your outer world has no choice but to follow. Success is not just about strategy and hard work, though both matter deeply. Success is about environment. It is about the invisible culture you swim in every single day. Your social circle is that culture. You did not choose the family you were born into. You did not choose the neighborhood, the school, the early years, but you are choosing now. Every day, with every phone call you answer, every dinner you attend, every voice you allow close to your dreams, you are choosing your soil. Choose it like your future depends on it, because it does. Show me your friends, and I will show you your future.